Welcome everyone, welcome to my channel. We're playing Esoteric Ebb. We're back at the place where we finished the last episode just after waking up from a well-deserved Cleric stream or death actually, not quite sure, but we are here right now surrounded by apples and, well, corpses apparently. Well, that's the way to wake up, right? And that's the way to store corpses. But anyway, last episode we've been checking out this particular place. We've beheld actually. Engaged with it, I think, but we still had some options there to check out, so let's see what we can, as much as it sounds a little bit weird, do with this cold corpse, because we've approached it, so now we could technically cast Revivify on it. I mean, I'm saying we could, but I don't know if we have the capability to do that. I don't know if we have the spell to do it, but let's select this option, or maybe let's leave it for the last, I guess. You know, if we Revivify it, we will kinda stop having the opportunities to check some other things, I assume. Why is he here? He was probably dead, but let's see. This is a morgue. A leech house, clearly. A leech house, that's an interesting way to call a mortuary, apparently. I would assume that leech house is a house for leech to live in, but maybe in this world it's a little bit different. It's just the way it's being called right now. A holding space for dead bodies. During times of undeath, they are known to be heavily guarded. Yeah, I mean, I kinda assume that's the case, considering that if there is, you know, undeath plague going around the town or city, this place would be the first one. As an undead leader, I would try to basically take over, right? But let's see, who was this guy? Can we check that as well? We definitely can. Well, we cannot, apparently, as it turns out, because our intelligence is failing us in this particular place. That's just a man. A dead man at that. Okay. An honorable dead man. Success is granted to us by strength. I wonder why is he so honorable? Just, you know, by the virtue of... He had some... we cannot check it right now, but he had some, well, injuries and bruises that wouldn't suggest maybe fight. I don't quite remember, to be honest. Is it okay to loot him? I don't think so. I think if he's, like, signed for revivification, looting him would probably cause some legal issues, wouldn't it? Maybe? Let's check. Yeah, Dexterity said, while failing, sure. As long as he doesn't wake up or anything. Not like the guy will complain, but don't go around talking about it too loud, okay? It would be dishonorable, only take that which you need for your quest. Grave robbing is frowned upon by some, even in these enlightened times. I assume that would be the case. Either way, you will not get in any trouble. No one will know. He's telling... intelligence is telling us. That's good. We are great to know that, you know, we will have no issues in regards to other people looking at us with disdain, but am I okay with robbing the dude? Morally speaking, not quite sure. Let's see, what about the revivification? Potentially it's possible, okay. Although the question is more akin to why should you? A third level spell slot is a valuable resource. Why waste it on some blue-collar corpse? Yeah, I guess that's true. It is a valuable resource. I guess it's, you know, third level spell slot. Those are... especially when we are on the first level, I don't even think we have a spell slot of that level yet, so we wouldn't even be able to do that for him. But that's terrible. If you can always save a life or bring it back, wisdom is so empathetic randomly towards a guy that we don't know. But you know, if you can save someone, why not save them, right? That's the question that is being posed here. This is always the right choice. Of course it isn't. Ignoring the fact that you cannot simply spend your power on any old fool, there are also a million outcomes to a resurrection that could lead to a negative outcome in the world, despite your good intentions. Well, fair enough. Like, wisdom is saying that saving people's life is a good thing, but intelligence is saying, well, it depends on what the resurrection will bring about. Like, if we are gonna resurrect a guy that was a tyrant or a cruel murderer, that's definitely gonna be something different than just resurrecting, for example, a farmer that had a misfortune while tending to their fields. So yeah, it depends. Good intentions build a better world, perhaps in your foolish alignment system, but not in reality. Alignment is of course an esoteric effect which brands each creature on the coast with one of 9 labels on 2 axes, lawful to chaotic and good to evil. It is debated exactly who or what determines the parameters within this effect. Spells like Detect Alignment are capable of parsing this effect. Oh, we're gonna be able to kind of metagame this situation, right? If we have Detect Alignment, we'll be able to just check if someone is evil or if someone is good. Now the question is whether those alignments actually will inform us about their their decisions later in the game, but it's cool. This is one of the spells I would definitely want to have in this kind of situation. Actually, even in our world, it would be great to at least know if someone is a little bit more chaotic or lawful. That could, you know, help in so many situations in real life. So, good. Are we gonna, though, trifle through his things? That's the thing. He is dead, and, you know, we are kinda in a situation where we don't know anything. I'm gonna check what I can take from him. There's some money and one apple. I don't really want to take that apple, and I'm kind of not sure about taking this money from a dead guy. I guess I'm gonna leave it. I'm not gonna be taking his things, especially since I can take some of the other things. Is there a way to... Yeah, there is, to highlight things that we can interact with, so we're gonna press tab to see that. Now, there's an apple. Looks better than the ones in the pile. Interesting. I wonder why. We're gonna take it. This one was on our table, so I don't think this is a problem. Now we are kind of like allowed to take it. There's a guy here. I wonder if we try to steal, he would have some problems with us doing that. We're not gonna, but what's there? This isn't yours, is it? Well, I don't know. It's kind of on my let's call it bed. So tattered clock is gonna give us dexterity, but we're gonna lose charisma. I'm gonna take it. I'm not gonna use it though. I want my charisma to stay high. So I'm just gonna put it in my bag and just keep it there. Maybe one day when I need to, perhaps, maybe do some machinations around some locks, it will come in handy, but not right now. The cloak is sprawled upon the iron slab. As you grab it, you immediately feel the dampness spreading into your gloves. It's wet. Okay, it is light blue and tattered, and it was once yours. Okay, so interestingly enough, you know, if we're just trying to see and learn more about things, relying solely on our own sight and thoughts, we might be actually mistaken. So in these situations, our attributes are gonna come into play and tell us more about stuff. Cool, cool, that's very good. An Urfgard clock add-on. It has been ripped to shreds at the base, but you could still use it. Interesting. Please don't. This thing is disgusting. Charisma is trying its best to save its own, you know, stats, basically, from dropping. Sure. I can wade it in my hands, wring out the water. I'm going to do that. The filthy liquid falls to the floor of the stony chamber. It is still quite wet. Well, we cannot completely dry it off this way, right? Wade it in your hands. It is heavy. Well, partially probably due to the water still being in it. Should I wear this? No. I'm not a rogue. I mean, I am a rogue, so yeah, let's wear it. I'm not a rogue. Sorry, the word I am not a rogue is not in your vocabulary, actually. Please rephrase. That is not one word, though. So pedantic. So unrefined. Shut up! You reach for your fancy red pouch of holding. The cloak easily slips inside into the extra-dimensional space with a satisfying slurp. I really love my pouch of holding. Yes, you are very lucky. These are like 1,000,000 crowns on the market. Damn. Crowns, the Norwegian crown, the main coinage in Norvik, sure. Norwegian crown, the official currency of Norvik, suffered heavy inflation during the years after Ulf's passing. A meal is somewhere between 5 to 20 crowns, a cheap month's rent is 100 crowns, a spellbook is 50 crowns, an average salary outside the city is up to 300, average salary inside the city is up to 500. Okay, so 500, but the salary is like weekly or monthly. I am assuming monthly because we're talking about month's rent. So if rent is 100 crowns, you earn 500 in the city, you have still 400. So basically 80% of your salary is still up for you after, you know, paying for the rent. So I'm not sure. Meal is between 5 to 20. So if you have 400 crowns for a month, and the meal is 20, and the maths is not my good side, obviously, this is gonna be what? Around 20 meals, right? I'm not mistaken, I think, I hope. If, of course, we're talking about the most expensive meal, the one that costs 20 crowns. So, possibly, we shouldn't eat for 20 crowns every single day. This kind of magic item even can go upwards of 10,000 crowns. Damn, that's a very expensive item. I'm gonna be very careful with, you know, doing anything that can endanger this item. It's probably worth more than we are at the moment. Of course, you don't truly own this pouch of holding. It is property of the state, treated as such. Oh, that's not even my pouch then. I immediately became a little bit more sad, but that's fine. Equipping items temporarily alters your ability scores. Sure. And this is the inventory that we can use. The apple will bring us more HP. I'm gonna consume it immediately. 1 more HP on this bar on the right side means that we have 4 out of 8. So not the best possible state of a condition at the moment. Anyway, we do have a helmet. Practically your face. Can we take it off? No, I will not. Okay then. That's really... He's really particular about the helmet. I wonder if this means that we are either so beautiful or so ugly, you know, under it. Let's see here. Behold, a vase of leaves. Smells lovely. Kinda wanna take some of those leaves. I can. That's an incense, and it's easily burned. Spices and herbs can be used to recover first level spell slots. Oh, interesting. And what kind of spells do we have? We have Cure Wounds on first level. Can we do something? Can we use it on ourselves? That's the question. A creature you touch regains a number of hit points equal to 1d8. Okay, your wisdom ability modifier. Wisdom. Well, we probably will need to rise wisdom a little bit. I forgot that, you know, some of the spells are probably gonna be based on the wisdom, if not all of them. For clerics, I'm not quite sure. We have 1 spell collected, but as for how to use that spell, that's another. We have 0 prepared spells. Okay, maybe we'll probably need to rest properly. That's how the spells, if I'm not mistaken, are getting prepared. And we have some database regarding what we've learned already and the map of the place that we are at, I think. I'm not sure. We need to get outside to properly analyze that. Inventory and questing, of course. As for questing, we do have certain things here, and interestingly enough, we can do stuff about those things. So obviously the tea shop that blew up is one of the things that we need to take care of, but also election week is the thing that's gonna happen in a how many days? I think it was like 4 days or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. We don't have much time anyway. And also there is this corpse in the leech house. Seems fresh and ready for Revivify. It would cost us a little bit to do that to that corpse, but maybe it will result in something good to happen. Not sure. Let's see what is that big thing right in the middle of this place. A divine shrine covered in apples. Maybe there's some god of apples here. Like, I don't know, hollow from Spice and Wolf, let's say. Shrine of Earth. The runes fill your sense as you approach. The color is faded. This monument is hollow, void of all life and divinity, and worse, it's covered in rotten apples. Oh, those are rotten. That's terrible. It's such a nice thing that we had one that was good here on the place we were lying down before. A sacred shrine left in this state. It's an insult to Earth and all of these people. These old things are still around, huh? Are these rare? Let's ask that question. No, you will find shrines like this all over Norvik. Okay. Can I pray here? To what exactly? To Earth, of course. So it's a waste of time, let's ask. Yeah, a waste, nothing else. You may pray as you wish. There's an internal element to it that is underappreciated. Interesting. Maybe I could actually pray here, but let's go through other options first. These old things are still around, huh? A remnant of blindness and decay. A sacred shrine left in this state. It's an insult to Earth and all of these people. Indeed. Yet you are very much aware that this is not the worst you'll see. You'll have to fight hard to keep Earth Dream afloat. This city is lost, but it's not yet lost. Interesting way to phrase it. A city is lost probably as in physically, but maybe not mentally or something like that. I could only imagine. This is giving me a headache. Remove the apples. Let's do that. It does not take long for you to move some of the nasty apples away from the front of the shrine. A small improvement, but big in the heart. Let's kneel. The shrine towers over you. You feel small. To cast spells, you must first prepare them at shrines. Okay, so not even resting, it's just the shrines that we need to use. Prepared spells can be cast when the cleric has a reason to do so, either in or out of dialogues. Each cast expends 1 spell slot of the corresponding level. What other gods are there? Yeah, let's be a little bit more informed before we dedicate ourselves to a god. Many, you know a few. Urf, father of Norvik. You've devoted your life to following his footsteps, so it's natural that we would probably pray to this guy. But who knows, maybe we're gonna be like some kind of like faith breaker or something. Ilim the Mender. Ilim the Mender was an elven goddess, builder of an army, a cult, and a way of life in Ascani. An ancient elven empire, Ilim. now a shell of its former self. Once ruled by Ilim the Mender, a walking god who signed a treaty with Urf. Oh, there was a treaty with our god. So, okay, I mean, we can, like, feel a little bit, I think, more at ease when we are talking about this particular god. The Great Woodsland stands at the border between Asken and Reeds. Well, more experience, always great. A real lady, this Mender. You've heard the stories. Beautiful. Terrifying. All the elf stereotypes rolled into one. They say a look from her could turn a man's heart until his dying breath. Though most men have a story like that, so it's probably more a woman thing than an elf goddess thing. She would not respond even if you had something to tell her. Okay, that's kinda cold from her, you know, maybe that's gonna be my goal. I am gonna make that elven goddess respond if it's the last thing I'm gonna do. She's mostly known around these parts as that crazy witch that broke in and charmed 100 warriors back in the day. It's a classic tale, but Urf had a nice chat with her and everything was fine. I can imagine this chat being a very nice chat, you know, by the maybe by the fireplace with, you know, some kind of tea. Very flavorful tea. Urf and Ilim stayed away from each other's business, officially at least. She died a couple of decades before Urf did. Nowadays the elves are a bit more expansionistic. Oh, so elves are like, we're gonna take more terrain and areas right now. Interesting. Kinda nice, because I'm kind of already a little bit bored of all the stories where elves are on the, you know, back foot trying to escape and defend their land from, like, some other races that are more combative. And it's good to see them, you know, that they are able to actually try and fight for their own rights and things. Tokik the Gambler is another god that we are aware of. A trickster, the type of god only famous for his ridiculous ploys. Immediately I like the guy. Tokik the Gambler is often seen as a silly goblin myth. Goblins are short and green, got claws and fangs, little monsters. They've got 3 tribes in Norvik and are considered somewhat civilized. And monsters is short for monstrosity, defined as a non-sentient creature born out of magical means, often by combining various natural beasts from curses or esoteric events. Praying the Tokik would give you some, if you for some reason would get a response, only result in the exact opposite of whatever you wanted. So we would have to, like, ask for something completely, you know, opposite to what we actually want to make him do the stuff that we actually want to do. Okay, that's cool. Good to know. Let's remember that Tokik is a little bit, you know, crazy. So you are. Said the Shrine of Urf. Okay. Let's see. First of all, let's prepare spells. We only have 1, so not like we can do anything else. We're gonna have Cure Wounds. I kinda wanna still keep on engaging with this place though. What other gas is what we did already? Can I heal here through Divine Assurance or something? Not precisely. The gods do not usually grant divine interventions for minor injuries. Do you think they care? If you want healing, you have to do it yourself. With the power channeled through Urf? Yes. Come on, is it really channeled? The guy's dead, faded, gone. You're most likely simply handling some esoteric leftovers, smudge on the strings. Oh, I can try. It's DC 13. It got a little bit better. It would be DC 16. So much more difficult to do it if I didn't remove the apples. You see, sometimes being nice, tidy person pays off. Not usually, but in this case it definitely did. I'm gonna try. And I'm gonna, of course, fail. I guess it was, you know, a little bit difficult. You focus your mind on Earth's symbol, his red eye. You recite a few words of remembrance before you sense the channeled strings around the shrine. They converge upon you. What? But that was a failure. I failed this check. Why was I healed here? Oh my god, I'm afraid right now. Maybe this is like some kind of weird maybe this is not Earth shrine. Maybe this is Tokik's shrine. That's why it healed us, because we failed. I don't know. That's something. Sure is, but you sense there is something you've missed. Yeah, definitely. I failed the check. What were those words? The ones you learned at the towers. What towers? The towers is the home base of the Order of Arcane Clerics of Norvik, also known as the Ocean. Let's just call it Ocean, I guess. Nobody calls it that. Thanks, Charisma. So, that's good. I guess intelligence is like, oh, this is, you know, an abbreviation or whatever, alliteration, whatever is it called. Like, oh, ACN. But Charisma is like, no, dude, just, that's not the moment to do this kind of stuff. Like, that's not something that anyone would do. Anyway, that we did. Can I heal here? We've done. Let's pray. Staring at the chiseled monument, you focus your mind. You take a deep breath and begin your prayer. And tranquility. We can contemplate several things. We can contemplate the tea shop. Let's contemplate the tea shop. You let your mind go through the basics of what you know. The tea shop was destroyed in the middle of the day. Minor injuries were reported. Your goal is to enter the tea shop and investigate it properly. That is it. Okay, that's not much that, we haven't known already. Contemplate the election. The first election. Your vote won't matter. Your vote will be the most important of all. Ask those around you what they will vote for, and you might find your own voice along the way. It's interesting that, either way, we're gonna, we will have the thoughts for going either direction, basically, is what I want to say. So that's kind of cool. Can I return here when I have more things to think about? Always. Okay, I'm gonna finish my prayer then. You do so. Sure, so we have prepared spells. We've done everything. I'm kind of done here. This is a nice... What is that, though? A great mountain of opals. Oh, okay. We can just basically check stuff that is visible here. Okay. Well, there is a scroll right here, and I'm super interested in that. It's a divine scripture where it does not belong. Yeah, definitely, leaving divine stuff among the apples, that's probably, some kind of saying about, throwing apples before the... No, those were pearls, actually. Yeah, you're supposed to not throw pearls in front of pigs. Memorize Shield of Faith. That's great. How many spells do we have? That's the question, because we have one prepared spell. Shield of Faith is gonna probably help us in some way, defending ourselves. For the duration, any loss of hit points is reduced by 1. Okay, so can I go back? Is this gonna, forward the time, though? Because I wanna prepare Can I prepare both? I can, okay. So I'm gonna do that. It didn't take much time. Didn't take any time at all, actually. So that's good. We have 2 spells right now. Shield of Faith and Cure Wounds. Cool. And we have, I guess those are spell slots. So we have 3 spell slots. So we can regain 3 HP or, avoid losing 1 HP. And I'm not sure... I guess I wonder how much it lasts for, though. Because if it lasts for, it lasts for up to hour. I guess, interestingly enough, this could come in handy, just not right now. Some more apples right here. It's just a pile of apples, and we can engage with them somehow. You stare at the pile of apples. Charisma just saying, walk away if you know what's good for you. Apples are good for you, says Constitution. Actually, Constitution is not talking too much with us. I kind of noticed that. Is it the first time it's saying anything? I think it is. Anyway, Intelligence says that these apples are not in pristine condition, so that's good to know. Should this be stored alongside corpses is the question. No, it's a health hazard, obviously. Of course not, it's nasty. And whose apples are there? Not yours? Yet? No, actually, we're not gonna take rotten apples with ourselves. Come on, that's the yak. The only apple from farm in Norvik would be the Goblin Garden. These apples are property of HBWT. Goblin Garden. A Dwarven-built citadel. A Goblin Garden is a Dwarven-built citadel. That's interesting. Sitting at the southernmost tip of Tolstad. It is now a Goblin sanctuary and greenhouse. Okay. I'm just gonna nod at the pile and leave. Not my business. There's one apple right here, though. That's a little bit different. Let's check this. A very important piece of paper. It's very important, apparently. So obviously I'm gonna check it. Voting card. -1 intelligence. If that's not a commentary of, state of politics, then nothing is. A scuffed voting card made out to Ragnar Hemlin. It's from a Dwarven office for some reason, and someone has checked in all 5 parties on the list. Oh, there's oh, I see. Nationalist, Freestrider, Asgalist, Agrarian, and Arcanist. Party of Magic. So it's magic, farming kind of stuff. Workers as probably, kind of physical workers. Revolutionary Party and Party of Norvik. So those are the 5 options we have here. Obviously, this coalition was very big on political stuff and that kind of thing. So I guess that's the emulation of that in this game. Let's examine this, though. You pick up a surprisingly thick piece of paper with a shaking hand. The card is slightly torn and has clearly been drenched at some point. At the top, it says Rost Court in big bold lettering. Rost Court means voting card in fancy Ascani Dwarven. 5 days remaining. 5 days. Okay, let's try to keep that in mind. All right, there's an election. Oh. It was nice to not think about it for once. Useless. We've never had one of those before. Neat. Very neat. Finally, your voice will be heard. Along with every other idiot in Norvik. How does this thing work? After you pick it up at district office, you only need to check the box of one of the 5 parties. Then you deliver it on election day to a polling place. Although in your case, you'd need to write the name of the party you want in the corner along with a signature, since you filled out every box, like an idiot. Look at the list of parties. Party of Norvik. Inheritors of Earth's Will, a theocratic organization founded to uphold the old ways, headed by magistrates and 20-something noble families. Those magistrates are highest government position beyond the Lord Patriarch, chosen to rule a district in Norvik for 10 to 12 years, depending on their bloodline. Lord Patriarch, the commander of city forces and top cleric beneath Earth, the title is appointed by Earth. Currently, Lord Akisam holds the title, having led the city for the past 30 years. He is a withdrawn leader, over 80 years of age, and has put most power in the hands of the magistrates Akisam. The Lord Patriarch of Norvik, the supposed face of the Nationalist Party, but due to his withdrawn behavior, most campaigning is done by the magistrates. So he's withdrawn, okay. Now, doesn't really like to be with other people around, I guess. Magistrates are doing the heavy lifting here. 5 rulers of 5 districts. They are Coin Lord, Home Lord, Shield Lord, Food Lord, and Low Lord. I'm so sad that there is not a Shit Lord. That would be the best kind of Lord. Each has a unique role in the city bureaucracy. Sometimes the titles switch between districts, but generally the housing districts holds the Home Lord and the Palace holds the Low Lord. And the Palace is an unofficial nickname for the current rulers of Norvik, named after the Palace district, in which most central authority resides. And the Palace district, again, is one of 5 districts in Norvik. Okay, some of this information is kind of like repeating itself, to be honest. That's not a problem, but, you know, makes me like kind of wanna a little bit skip through them, because, you know, it's like repeated stuff in a way. Free Strider are a revolutionary party. We cannot learn more. Asgalis is a workers' party. Asgalis is the workers who build the city want to rule it. Seems only just. Their vision is of a fair and even society where those who live underneath rise up to show their worth. After all, why can't we share? So this is like capitalist party in a way. Agrarian, rural party. Those who live off the earth. Simple farmers, people of the land. Common clay of Ascani fields. The political movement has mostly been swallowed by the Asgalists. Yeah, so those are like much probably more vocal about their ideas. And Arcanist, party of magic. Sounds like a hoot. And finally, the last box doesn't say anything. This is where you can input whatever you want. I'll just leave it empty for a null vote. Gained experience plus 5 XP. Cool. The box next to each party is filled in with a smudged checkmark, including the last empty one. Smart move. No one can get mad if you would vote for every party, right? Idiotic. You need to pick a side and stick with it. Your honor is on the line. Are these all the parties? No. There are about a dozen other large parties in Norvik. Most have been subsumed over the last few years, such as the Civic League of Progressives, the Torch Union, Order of the Scales, Hedonist Party, and the various guild parties. I am so interested in the Hedonist Party. What are they preaching? What do they want to like introduce to the city? The Agrarians and Arcanists are the only ones who have not joined the larger party or fallen aside. Okay, Arcanists, the Magocrats who rule pre-Coast War human civilization in Old Diminor, also a very minor political party. Old Diminor is a term for Diminor. That's a little bit confusing. Often used to refer to the band before it was renamed Reeds. Okay, so it was like Reeds, and then people were like, oh, Diminor, the Old Diminor, but they actually meant the same thing, the same place. Some say it with sarcasm, some say it with pride, some say it with fear. The Reeds or the Diminor? I think the Diminor, right? Anyway, we know a lot. We're not gonna make any decisions right now, obviously. We know a lot about stuff, but we at the same time know nothing. We're gonna take this apple because it looks relatively good. It's gonna be helpful if we ever need to get back some HP. Let's talk with this gentleman. And let's see how it's gonna go. A guy, he looks indecisive. I guess he's hungry and he's like, should I eat it or should I not risk any kind of like intestinal problems? It's a zombie! Oh jeez! You approach a shambling man by the apple pile. He does not acknowledge your presence. I don't know if zombies eat apples, right? Apple a day keeps a zombie away? Not necessarily, it seems. Greetings, citizen! Glancing under his hood, you catch a blank expression spread upon a dried face. What's your name, sir? He does not even turn to look at you. Identify you. Oh, come on, let's not do it this way. Let's not be mean. You trying something here, smartass? Why is this man not listening to me? This is a reanimated corpse. Attack the zombie. Why would we? The zombie is just eating apples. I mean, not even that. What is he doing? The zombie is attempting to clear a path through the apple pile. He's probably been at it for a long time. Huh. Sir, are you a member of the undead? He does not respond. Not even a groan. How disappointing. Should I defeat this zombie? I don't wanna, but I'm gonna like ask the question so my attributes can have a discussion. Yes, it is only just. Undead are not to be allowed in Norvik. Guy's not harming anyone. Honestly, he's probably a more productive member of society than you. No offense. Yeah, I guess that's already too late. The offense has been taken. Charisma. Calm down there. I'm giving too much power to charisma, it seems. It starts to get cocky. I found this voting card over there. Is it yours? Let's ask it. The zombie does not even grunt in your direction. He just keeps working. You grip the voting card firmly in your gloved hand. It is indeed yours. Keep it safe. Oh my god, we have so many options now. You are very rude. Did you know that? I think that's towards the zombie, not towards our own strength. You are very rude. Did you know that? The zombie appears to rattle a bit. Nope, it just found another out-of-place apple. Ah, come on. Need to establish... No, I'm not gonna make any political decision at the beginning of the game. I don't have a political opinion, so I guess I don't need this voting card. To forsake your voice is to forsake your manhood. Don't listen to anyone else. You're more than correct. Just be smooth in how you say it. Most people like it when you agree with their political opinions, and a white lie never hurts, right? The zombie just keeps moving apples. Am I boring you? The zombie carefully places another apple at the top of the pile. He does not have an opinion of any kind. I'm gonna leave this zombie be. I don't really need... Oh, wait! I cannot move there if I don't... Or can I? This guy, he just won't move. I cannot do that. That is so sad because there is like a weapon there. More apples. There's some chests. I need to... I'm sorry, dude, but I wouldn't have a problem... Can we trifle with him? Oh, there's a wisdom tooth. I can pickpocket it with dexterity check of difficulty 15. This is definitely not gonna work. But if we defeat him, am I still gonna be able to take this from him? That's the question. Like, if, you know, he's not gonna move, then I think that gives me some right to interact with him a little bit more forcefully. I'm gonna attack him. Yes! Deal with this foul creature! Encounters are turned, but there are actually fights in here. That's interesting. I didn't know that's gonna be the case. I thought, like, in Disco Elysium, if there was a fight, you were probably dead. Where each participant takes turn in rolling dice and taking actions. During your turn, you're able to perform one dice action as well as cast one spell. Okay. The order is determined by an initiative roll. Don't let this shamble get the jump on you now. Oh no, dexterity check for initiative is gonna be bad. It's not the worst. But we are -1. Oh, he's also -2. Okay, so it's who's gonna start? Are we gonna start? I guess we're gonna start because we are the main hero of this game, right? Fight! You're quick. You got this. Your turn. Show him no mercy. This is a very low DC for this particular attempt. Dexterity is even lower, but we are -1, and with strength... Oh, actually, this still makes more sense. Interesting. Constitution is like the most difficult here. Hold up a closed fist and say, here, look at this, then quickly try to trip him. It's gonna be the best, even despite that -1, because it's still gonna amount to DC 7, right? So, let's do that. Oh my god, 16! Not a problem, your sneaky maneuver works. The zombie turns his gaze towards your fist and then, with a quick whack, you get him to stumble backwards. There you go. The slow zombie just stands there. Oh, he's not even attacking us. I just wanna, like, move him, not even destroy him. No, he's reacting. He's just taking some time. The zombie is hostile. This undead abomination must be apprehended before he causes damage to innocents. Does that include you? You should probably try to de-escalate. Just a tip. We can... Yeah, definitely we're gonna manipulate him. That's a... How do you freaking manipulate a zombie? What are we gonna tell him? That there is a bone there? Or, I don't know. There is a potion there? We do have +2... Oh, we tricked him, so now it's more difficult. But it's still effortless as for, you know, how much we have charisma. So let's do that. Oh, that's just enough! Thanks to a modifier. This is a hollow animated corpse. He's magically bound to listen to orders, so compliment his work. I'm gonna ask him how he's feeling. No, I'm gonna try giving him orders. Anything, just try it. Listen to me, I'm your master, serve me. Undead servant, you've done a great job today, well done. I hope you're okay, zombie. Make sure to distress every once in a while. I'm gonna definitely choose this one. The zombie does not seem to respond. Maybe it's just delayed, don't give up. His neck snaps around, the withered face now facing yours. Yeah, You've really pissed him off. You can tell since you're such a people's person. Zombie's gonna try to... Oh shit, 2 damage! He doesn't even need to hit me, it just causes damage for... Ah, the zombie bites down on your heart. It hurts, even through the armor. This ends now. Your final chance, do not falter. This zombie is weak. Dominate it. You can still take control. Pretend you're his master. I am gonna try to... I have a lot of charisma just for this sake. You're ready. Dominate this creature. Serve me, abomination. It stares at you. The erratic movements replaced with an ominous stillness. You've got its attention. Now hit it again with an order. I order you to... Well, what do you want him to do? Leave this place? He's gonna probably get destroyed outside. Keep working, you're doing good. Knock yourself out! The zombie stares at you in silence for a few seconds, then it punches itself in the face. Oh my god, it fell face front into the apples. You stare at the now unmoving creature. 15 experience, that's nice. A craven's way, but efficient. Now go loot him. Victory. Okay, of course strength is not gonna be happy with what we've done, but come on, it was, you know, the way that we have chosen from the very beginning. Let's see. A guy, he's not moving, sure. We can now trifle and we can take this wisdom tooth, which is very important because that's gonna be a plus wisdom. What is it though? Is it just a trinket? I guess it is. Now we have more wisdom. This doesn't change the modifier, sadly. The D&D works in the way of like, kind of you have to get 2 points in order to get that +1 to roll, so despite having a wisdom tooth, that is obviously not enough. We would need to get one extra wisdom, and that's gonna help us then. But we have cleared the way. Let's check the apples. Some look okayish. If they look... Oh, there's 3 of them. That's great. We can completely heal. I don't want to do that right now. I don't need to do that. Actually, we should have just used Shield of Faith. But it's fine. Let's see. Imported good. The receiver is marked as HWBT. I don't remember if I should know this abbreviation. Let's check the box. It's almost empty, except for a stale treat and a pouch. Okay, this is a cardamom treat, and there's some money here. 25 crowns. That's quite a bit of money. Can we use it to like regain HP? +5. This is a great thing that we've just found. Let's see if this particular box. Crate filled with sand. Okay, can we take some sand? You approach a crate full of sand. Inspect the crate. You notice a little marking on the back with the letters HBWT. The lid has been tossed behind it. Look at the sand. The crate is filled to the brim. It's just sand, tells them. Intelligence is telling us, but to be honest, you know, it's a failure, so there is much more than that. We're gonna touch it. Your gloved hand trails across the surface. The sand shifts slightly at your touch. Underlined choices are more risky, but might offer more reward. Go deeper! We're gonna go deeper with that sand. You dive in with your whole hand, fingers first. This one does not. Then you feel a tug, a grip, and finally a pull. Wait, Your shoulder is almost pulled out of its socket. Struggle! You manage. Oh my god, can we use the Shield of Faith? Yes! I want to be a little bit more safe. You manage to keep it from engulfing most of your arm, but in the process your sand grabs onto the front of your helmet. Your face is now sinking. I should give up, right? The sand will be a benevolent master. No, we're not gonna yield to fucking sand. We're gonna fight it. Fight the fight. You grab the rim of the crate with both hands. But as you push your entire adrenaline-filled arms to work, you feel energy being sucked from your veins. You are being sucked! No! Not the face! Stop sucking me! Out of your skin! It's a vampire's hand! As you keep pushing, you realize you could get out at this point, however, then you would have to leave the helm behind. Oh no, that's one of the things that we definitely don't want to do. I still have shield on. I could technically also heal myself right now. It's gonna possibly heal me fully. I kinda wanna try that. Just 2 hit points. That's not enough, but that's fine. We are relatively safe right now. Try to keep your helmet on. Damn it! Your muscles turn to mush as you stop your struggle. What's going on? Struggle to breathe. Strength. Escape without losing your helmet. What's going on? The sand is trying to eat you! The dexterity is telling us. Okay. Let's escape without losing our helmet. It's DC 8. It should be okay. It is okay. 16 is twice as much as we needed. You grab the rim of the crate with both hands. The hazy noise of a head no longer filled with so much blood screams in your ears. I will not die in this crate! Filled with pure fires of adrenaline, your muscles creak and your bones crack. And it pays off. Within seconds, the rock-hard grip of the sand loosens, then it drops entirely. You swing your head back, filling your lungs with air as a trail of sand follows you. 5 XP. Okay, that's something. We definitely used a lot of resources for that particular situation, but within an instant, the sand snaps back into the crate, not a single grain dropping to the floor. You stumble back. Glancing over to the crate, you see its content now lies still like nothing happened. You should put on the lid to make sure this does not happen to someone else. Am I even alive? Possibly. Constitution is like, I don't know, dude, I was just shaken out of my freaking mind, if I have a mind. Shake your head to get rid of the sand in your ears. Yeah, definitely. It helps. You're welcome, Constitution. Oh, okay, you're very welcome, Constitution. Carefully put on the lid. You take a very, very careful step towards the crate to grab the lid, then you place it gently on top. Your job here is done. I've done a great service to the community today. Yeah, absolutely. It's not like I put myself into this situation just so, you know, I could now be proud of myself for basically doing that. And, you know, this is all happening in 1 hour, basically. So much stuff is happening in this place. Guys, that's gonna be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked it. And if you do, consider subscribing to the channel. That would really mean a lot to me. Definitely. And we're gonna see each other in the next episode very soon. So take care, stay healthy, don't put your head into the sand, that's one thing, and don't eat rotten apples. Cheers, guys, cheers.